All right, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, I'm giving honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakan, Kadash. The honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, peace and salutations to all my fellow Akim Akwat out there that follow Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai with truth and sincerity. I like to say shalom. The title of this video is going to be called The Fall of the Edomites. Okay, the fall of the Edomites. And the Edomites are the so-called white people or Caucasians according to the Bible, and they're known as Idumea, okay, which means in Greek, which means Edom, which means is red, okay, because Edom means red. And one thing about the Edomites, they're the only people on the planet that don't have no pigmentation or no melanin. That's why they have blonde hair and blue eyes and lighter skin. So for those that's ruling the earth today are the Edomites, so-called white people. Their faces on a dollar, their faces on the billboards, and their leaders of the world are mostly Edomites. Okay? Like Donald Trump, King Charles, and list goes on and on. But the main Edomites I'm speaking of is not just you average Joe Schmo Edomites. You know, y'all just useless. But I'm speaking of the elites. Okay? The so-called white man, the so-called white woman, or white child is about to go into slavery. Unless your lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to the Israelites, then you're an Israelite. But other than that, if your lineage go back to Esau, Edom, by your father's side, then you're an Edomite, no matter what you look like. Okay, because you do have Edomites amongst us that look like so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indies, and Haitians. Okay, so hey, you Edomites, prepare for slavery, man. All right, get ready for slavery. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where, and who is he? Right. So this man Esau, Edom, he covered the faces of the judges, which are the Israelites. And that's what's called iconoclasm. Iconoclasm is where you paint people that are people of color and you paint them white. That's what he was doing throughout the Renaissance. All right, iconoclasm, Renaissance. All right, it says iconoclasts are those who destroy images, symbols, and monuments. Okay, because before Esau got into power, okay, that shows you a iconoclasm. They was burning things that were created by the Moors, because they knew that the people of color that ruled Europe were the Israelites. Let me see. Black Moors of Europe. That's with Judah Benjamin Levi. See? And they know that the people that ruled Europe were the Israelites, because they kept the customs of the Israelites. Okay, the Moors ruled Europe for 1,000 years. See, and this is a mockery. When they dress up as Moors, these Edomites in Spain and Portugal and Amsterdam and France, they're mocking Judah Benjamin Levi. See? Let me see. Black Russia. Black Russia. Images. See, this is Portugal. All right, this was an old image of what Portugal used to look like. It used to be ruled by darker skinned people. And the people that are in today, the Edomites there in Europe, they know, they just don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit, a lot of them don't want to admit that the Moors ruled for 1,000 years, man. Okay. me find some. Moorish facial features. All right, those are Israelites. These are Israelites. See? But during iconoclasm, this is the Black Madonna. Okay, this was found. This is in Poland. But during this, the original Black Madonna. But as you can see, but during the Renaissance, see, this is what Europe used to look like. A beautiful picture, man. Beautiful picture. But during the Renaissance, when the Edomites came in power, they took over everything and destroyed a lot of the paintings, the arts, and stuff like that created by Israelites. And that's when the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. But they can't remove everything because there was so much painting, so much art, artifacts, sculptures, statues that the Moors left. Because Judah, Benjamin, Levi are Israelites, and Israelites are very creative, man. We leave our mark everywhere we go. But now the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, and those are the Edomites. And they're ruling what today is known as Europe, America, and many parts of the world. Okay? But you Edomites are going to slavery. And we're about to prepare slaughter upon all you Edomites, man. Okay, will the Lord give us that spiritual power? This is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the faces with cities. And that's what they have done. They filled they filled the whole world in places with cities. Okay? They filled this whole planet filled with Edomite cities, concrete jungles. Okay? New York City, that's a concrete jungle. Philadelphia, that's a concrete jungle. Paris and London, those are concrete jungles, man. Okay? So the Lord, amen, the Lord was just is puffing this man up. So when he falls, he's going to have the greatest fall of all the heathen nations, man. And you may be asking, why is this man never in trouble? Why is this man rules with a heavy rulership? Because he's the wicked, man. And he's about to be slaughtered. Okay. This 22, for I will rise up against them, save the Lord of hosts, called off from Babylon, name the remnant and son and nephew, save the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. And that's what we're about to do. We're about to cut off all you Edomites, man. All you Edomites are going to slavery, man. Every single one of you. It's Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, right? Because Jacob do look like everybody on the planet. Because we've been scattered multiple times. Since the Egyptian captivity, the Roman captivity, the Persian, Greek captivity. So we're going to look like, you got Israelites that look like Edomites, Japhites, Moabites, Ammonites. Okay? But the Lord's going to gather us back up, and we're going to get our original looks back. Okay? That pigmentation, that melanin back, for those that lack it. So it says, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their land. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Right. So those strangers are the Israelite foreigners that look like the other nations, but their lineage go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But they're going to be gathered as well. So you have Israelites that look like Edomites, Hamites, Elam, Moab, Japheth, all the nations, but their lineage go back to Jacob by their father's lineage. 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their land, to their place. Right, we're going to take these heathens from Esau, Edom, to all the way down to Japheth, to Ham, to Moab, to Kittim, all these nations. And the house of Israel shall possess them in their land, for it says, land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Right, we're going to have all these heathens for servants and handmaids, man. Okay, but the main heathen that we gonna have the most is the Edomites. All you other nations, y'all gonna get y'all ass whooped too, but we gonna bring God level hell upon the Edomites, man. Because that's righteous. They shall take them in captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, right? You're gonna rule over all the heathens that are oppressors. Okay, mainly Esau, Edom, the white people, man. So-called white people. And let me say this, not all white people go back to Esau, Edom. All right, you got a lot of white people that go back to Jake. But those that go back to Esau, Edom, I'm speaking to you Edomites. Okay? And you terrorists, man. That look like us, but they just go back to Esau as well. So all you nations are about to receive a great judgment and punishment, but the mainly is Esau. This is Obadiah 1. All right, this is Obadiah 1, and 1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou hast dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, who hath said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, right? And those are the Edomites. This is about the Edomites. They're the most proudest people on the planet, but they're the smallest. They claim they're the most populated people, but there's more people of color that outpopulates them. Okay, and they know that. Okay, a lot of Edomites for these past couple of years and decades have been dying out. Because I remember back in the early 2000s, there was a lot of Edomites walking them down the street. Now it's they slowly dying, man, because they know that this is it. This is their end. Okay, it says the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, right? Because Esau is the most proudest nation on the planet and dwelleth in the cliffs of the rocks. Okay, that's where you got the term caveman, because Esau was a Caucasian, a cave dweller. That's what a Caucasian meant, whose habitation is high. That's why they build these high skyscrapers and buildings, because they love living at the highest heavens, because that gives them the spirit. It gives them the spirit I could take over the world. That's why they got skyscrapers and penthouses, because that's how eagle lives. The eagle lives the highest and flies the highest. That's why they built jets, planes that go up to 300,000 feet in the air, or 30,000 feet in the air, 300,000 feet in the air, man, 50,000 feet in the air, because they know that that's their pride. 4, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou set thy nest among the stars, then I'll bring thee down. I'll bring thee down, save the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So, hey, the Lord is going to bring down this man, Esau, Edom. Okay, he exalted himself as an eagle, which that has a lot of meanings, like the NASA project, the Space Force. He exalted himself as the eagle. Okay, every nation that Esau rules, he has a symbol of the eagle. America's symbol is what? The eagle. The national animal of America is the eagle. Our Germany was the eagle. Egypt, France, okay, London, they all have, Great Britain, they all have the symbol of the eagle, because they know that they're the Edomites. All right. This is 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, which are the Israelites, shame shall cover thee. It shall be cut off it says, and thou shalt be cut off forever, right? The Edomites, after they 1,000 years of captivity, are going to be cut off forever. This is 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, right? We're going to take away all the riches, the gold, the gemstones, the minerals, everything that Esau has, and his treasures and wealth and riches. We're going to take all that, and even more, and all you heathens too. Okay, but we starting with Esau, Edom. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, a house of Esau for stubble, right? All right. Because after those 1,000 years, we're going to burn all you Edomites into a fucking crisp. All right. That's going to be the true extinction. Y'all like to talk about the extinction of the dinosaurs, the extinction of this animal, that animal. Well, you Edomites, you are an animal and you're about to be extinct after those 1,000 years of captivity. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord have spoken it. Okay. So, hey, man, we're going to take all you nations, but mainly you Edomites, man. Those 1,000 years ain't going to be quick. They're going to be very, very long. Okay, let me grab this. Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So, hey, man, this is righteous according to Yahweh Shem Yahushua to enslave you Edomites, because you enslaved us, and we're going to enslave you and all the other nations. You Hamites, so-called Africans, you Japhites, so-called Polynesians, Samoans, Tongans, and Haitians, Hawaiians. I meant to say Hawaiians, because the Haitians are Levites, they're Israelites, but you Japhites, you Samoans, Tongans, Tahitians, New Zealanders, Fijians, okay, you Micronesians and Melanesians, you Japhites, you Hawaiians, okay, Southeast Asians, East Asians, Moab and Ammon, so-called Chinese and Japanese, you Africans, okay, you fucking Arabs, man, are the sons and children of Ishmael and Elam, you East Indians. All you nations are going to captivity. All right. No ifs, no buts, no coconuts, man. All you nations are going to captivity. So with that, shalom.